rain on the way. New York City, get used to it. It's going to be a wet time here eventually as that rain moves your way. Stormy skies for you tomorrow. Look at the temperatures. They fall here from the low 70s down into the low 60s as we head through tomorrow and Friday. And more clouds and rain all the way toward your holiday weekend. So dampening you down. Be careful. Make sure you got the umbrella handy and get inside when you hear that thunder. Jennifer?
Yeah, absolutely. Some great advice there, Nick. Well, check out this amazing video. This is a time lapse of a supercell thunderstorm caught on tape. You can see it right there. It looks almost, as some people will say, pretty ominous out there. Well, this was caught in Martin, Nebraska yesterday. This is known as a stacked plate supercell. You can see it getting dark there. And look at all that lightning that came along with that thunderstorm that moved through parts of Nebraska. Well, we're also going to see that once again through parts of the high plains to the Rockies, severe storms, and we want to get you ahead of that so you're aware what's going to be popping up. Now, look what came down out of the sky. Some impressive hail yesterday. Some of these locations, 1.3 inches. That was in Lakewood. That, of course, was in Colorado. Now, as we go through today, the shaded areas, including Montana, all the over towards areas, including parts of Missouri, we're going to be looking at thunderstorms out there for today. Can't rule out the risk of an isolated tornado in addition to the damaging wind as well as the hail. As we go through tonight, we're going to see those storms firing up for areas including eastern parts of Colorado, Denver, as well as into Nebraska. You can see for regions, we're going to be looking at these storms moving through, especially as we get into the evening hours. If you're in the red for tomorrow, severe weather for you, that includes Denver as well as into western parts of Kansas, down through Texas, Amarillo, same for you, and wet times from Kansas City all the worst to areas including St. Louis. Now for Denver, isolated thunderstorms out there as we go through your Thursday. For Friday, we're going to look at hit or miss storms. Notice the temperature drops off to 69 degrees on Friday. And then on Saturday, it looks like 75 degrees. Hit or miss storms once again. That's the forecast for Denver, so certainly you need to keep an eye to the sky and weather aware. And of course, we'll continue to track that. Nick.
We have been tracking storms moving through the Chicago area, but they're gone. And now we're in great shape here. We got some sunshine out there, but it's warming up. 82 degrees currently. A lot of folks saying, oh, that's a little warm for me. Hey, never fear. We've got some cooler times ahead for you if you like it a little bit cooler. We'll be turning cooler all throughout the Great Lakes and even a little farther toward the south, too. That's because that upper level jet stream making its way a little farther toward the south. A cold front moves even into the southeastern United States. The Virginia, Carolinas, going to get some of that cooler air coming into late week. So a lot of us are going to feel the difference between today and tomorrow. 85, the forecast high in Chicago today. Madison should hit 80. Watch what happens tomorrow, though. Down to 70 in Madison, only 68 for a high temperature there in Chicago. We won't get out of the 60s in Detroit or Cleveland, out of the 50s there in Marquette or Traverse City. So here's the trend. Notice the average high temperature for this time of year, 72. That's what we would normally feel, you know, if normals actually occurred, you know. 85 degrees here for today, and then we're down to upper 60s both tomorrow and Friday. Then 72 degrees by Saturday. Pretty comfortable as far as the temperatures are concerned. Maybe a little cool for some, though. 79 today in Detroit. Should hit the upper 60s tomorrow before we work our way back up to around
forecast will show you who gets the cool weather and who's going to be sweating it out. And when summer comes, the terrible drought in California may only get worse. Find out what it can mean for your food supply. Then severe weather is on the way. We'll tell you who needs to be on alert. You can see the video of the hail there. Now we look at a radar, and we talked about the chance for some severe storms to pop up, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning in place for the area just to the northwest of Indianapolis. You can see right on top of Lafayette. That's until 2:15. The counties you're seeing for Clinton and Tippecanoe. Keep watching Weather Center Live. We'll keep you updated. Stay with us.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine. High 81, winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. clear to partly cloudy. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Bridgestone tires perform best when you need it most.
Like when Julie Bowen is late taking her son to a birthday party.
Okay, people, you, front seat, you, ooh, out of my way.
Julie has our new Drive Guard tires, the next generation of run flat technology.
Oh, good, nails.
Well, these tires are engineered to take a puncture and then drive up to 50 miles.
50 miles? Great, because I remember the present, but I forgot the kid. Yeah, you need to check. Oh, I forgot. I have a lot of kids.
Jolly Rancher and Twizzlers bites are so soft, chewy, and filled with their fruity selves. They think this world isn't big enough for the both of them. But we assure you, it is. Bites, little greatness.
Let's try on a new coat, one that covers better, lasts longer, and protects us from the elements, inside and out. Let's go to the place with the best paint. Take it home for less. Then rock and roll. Let's do the one thing that changes everything. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Behr Premium Plus Ultra Interior starts at $31.98 a gallon.
Our oath isn't an empty gesture. It's the heart and soul of Terminix Nation. The Terminix Ultimate Protection Guarantee. A vow that we kill every termite in your home. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
With Basic Talk Home Phone Service, you can make unlimited, crystal clear domestic calls for just $9.99 a month every month. That's with no annual contract or high upfront costs. So what are you waiting for? Start saving with Basic Talk. Call, click, or go to Walmart today.
Check.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
Thanks for the salted caramel shake, Kara.
Caramel for Kara. That makes sense.
And Janine for peanut butter.
I don't get it. Why?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend Janine, who was nuts.
25 real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
I missed so many workouts, my treadmill started to dress better than I did. The problem was the pain. Hard to believe, but Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles reduce shock by 40% and give you immediate pain relief from 3 sports injuries. Amazing. Now I'm a believer.
Momentum has a way of quietly exploding onto the scene. The new Ram 1500 Eco Diesel with 28 highway miles per gallon, 420 pound-feet of torque. Guts, glory, Ram.
It's your time at Best Western this summer, so enjoy your family time, your breakfast time, and your adventure time, and get a free night for your next time. Stay 3 separate times and get a free night. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Because of the huge economic impact of what you do, not
That was President Obama talking to farmers in California's Central Valley earlier this year about the catastrophic drought they're facing. The president made millions of dollars in federal aid available to them, but a new study shows just how financially devastating the drought really is. Researchers at the University of California, Davis say it will cost farmers and ranchers $1.7 billion, and that more than 14,000 full-time and seasonal workers will lose their jobs because of the drought. In just a minute, we'll take you to a town in real trouble. But first, Jen, get us through the next 7 days.
Yeah, and today we'll be looking at some weather trouble out there. Anywhere in the red shaded area, that's where we're going to be looking at the severe storms popping up. That includes the high plains as well as into areas including Denver. Now we look at red across Missouri up into the northeast. Some of those storms could be producing some damaging wind and hail. Down towards the southeast, it's going to be quiet there. We'll see temperatures in the 80s. West Coast bringing in some rain for parts of California as well as into regions including including Las Vegas. The same for tomorrow. But tomorrow, the red shaded area, this is going to be our severe weather threat for Texas as well as into Kansas, and the same for parts of the Tennessee Valley, the Northeast, as well as New England. It's going to be cold there. It's going to be dealing with shower activity. The same for Friday. And then Friday, more rain spreading in right along that boundary system. You're going to see it spreading into areas, including parts of North Carolina. Here's Saturday's forecast. It looks the same. All the wet conditions across parts of West Texas up towards the high plains. Good news, because the plains really need some rain. It'll be around for Sunday as well. Notice those temperatures in Minneapolis up to 77 degrees. And here's your 7th day, Monday. More rain around, moving real slowly that front. Over to you, Nick.
Well, time now to continue our Cracked series, looking at the ongoing drought plaguing much of the country. Today, we take it to California. You know, this is an area that sits in the fertile Fresno County area, which leads the country in agriculture. It normally produces up to 70% of our cantaloupes, but now it's ground zero for a devastating drought that's bringing a community that depends on agriculture to its knees.
It's called the cantaloupe center of the world, but as the water continues to disappear, so too do the melons.
You know, we got the richest agricultural area in California, and you see these brown spots because of lack of water. It's sad.
And as the cantaloupes vanish, a large percentage of jobs in this town of 11,000 do as well.
We're roughly about 40% unemployment. It's higher than normal. Right now, because of the water situation and the farmers are not planting, it's an indication that it's going to be close to maybe 55% by the time the situation is over.
And with more people out of work, that means less money to spend, which creates a ripple effect to business owners like Rolando Castro, who owns an auto repair shop.
I'm holding up because I get out of town work. That's how I've been holding up. You know, unfortunately, I had to advertise out of town because this town, it's looking like a ghost town.
It's so bad that downtown streets are periodically turned into food lines.
It's ugly to see the people standing in line, because they're out of a job, and the main thing is they're being provided, and there's a lot of agencies realize that people have to eat. It's really something that out of like a third world country right here in Central California where people have to stand in line to get food to put on the table.
In February, President Obama visited the drought-plagued area and pledged financial assistance, but without water, everyone will pay the long-term price.
Funny thing is that back east, everybody's drowning. Colorado's got all this snow, and California's burning up. Wait until they start seeing that the peaches and the nectarines and tomatoes and lettuce and corn that is being produced here in the state of California. When they start paying the high prices, then they're going to say, what happened?
Political water wars that are occurring all over the state of California. You got the endangered species, which a lot of folks think that it's more important to keep the water up north instead of sending it down south and putting people back to work. This area is so rich in ag that when you cut off that water to the farmers, it affects a lot of people. So it's not just Mendota, but it's going to be a disaster for a lot of cities here in the Central Valley.
And it's not just the farm workers suffering from the drought either. With less money coming in, less money goes out to businesses, restaurants, even schools.
Yeah, a big ripple effect certainly out there. Well, we'll continue to track the severe weather out there, and we'll, of course, talk more about the flooding for parts of the Northeast. Stay with us.
CarPro, brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care. Keep your car running newer, longer.
Sometimes the best used car on the road is the one you're still using. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
This week, California, bone dry and desperate, cracked, running out of water. A special investigation. This week at 7 on America's Morning Headquarters.
The most dangerous job on the planet.
Storms and rain and lightning.
The adrenaline starts running. I make one mistake and I'm dead.
You're no longer at the top of the food chain.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine. High 81, winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour.
First rays of light are coming through. Been 7 months since I saw that much blue.
Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low 71, winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Freed from the ice.
Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sun to flame. It has the sun to flame.
It handled the Great Hoagie Fight of 2011.
89 thunderstorms.
And 90 spilled drinks.
And the hallway of 10,000 fingerprints.
Olympic paints and stains are made to endure busy homes, so they're guaranteed for real life. Insist on Olympic. And introducing Olympic Rescue It Resurfacer. There's no better way to transform worn, weathered wood and concrete into beautiful, barefoot-friendly surfaces. From America's most trusted brand since 1938. Available at Lowe's.
The adventure you've been dreaming of is here. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, featuring the all-new Diagon Alley and the Hogwarts Express. Come and live it. Universal Orlando Resort.
The 6-cylinder Lexus GS with more standard horsepower than any of its German competitors. This is a wake-up call. Lease the 2014 GS 350 for $449 a month for 24 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Wayfair, you got just what I need. Everything for my home, you got it for me.
I've never seen selection quite like this. Every color and size in my mind. They have every single thing on my list, and with 70% off, who knows what I'll find.
Wayfair, you got just what I need. Everything for my home, you got it for me.
Wayfair, and the shipping was free.
Now my home's the home I want it to be.
Shop everything home at wayfair.com.
If you trade stocks and options online, we'd like to have a word with you. Trade King. We're different from the 5 biggest online brokers. Trade King lets you trade wisely, just $4.95 per trade. Trade smoothly, with customer service ranked #1 by Smart Money. Trade stocks and options confidently, since we're already trusted by over 500,000 clients. And trade easily with an award-winning website. Switch today and get $100 in free trade commissions. Looking for a new breeder broker? There's a name for people like you. Trade King. Switch today. This week, California, bone dry and desperate, cracked, running out of water. A special investigation. This week at 7 on America's Morning Headquarters.
Well, time now for our severe weather update. We turn it over to storm specialist Carl Parker. He's standing by at the expert desk. And Carl, here we have a new watch out there.
Yeah, we do. Things are starting to go, Jen, and we're going to take a look at that in a moment. And I want to show you, first of all, the warning that's in effect not very far away from Indianapolis. This is for Clinton and Tippecanoe counties. The movement here is south and east, and we expect that to be generally the movement of the storms through the course of the afternoon. There's a look at the close-up look at the core of this storm, which is going to get really close to Frankfort, coming right across 28 there, Route 28, and we've had a history of already some dime-size hail west Lafayette, so heads up for that in Frankfort, and perhaps a little to the south of Frankfort, more towards Kirkland, or even getting towards Colfax as well, as that cell continues off towards the south and east. Here's the new watch area, severe thunderstorm watch issued by the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. They are a division of NOAA, and that goes until 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and within this area there is a threat for large hail and damaging wind. Initially, we could be talking about hail-producing storms that evolve into wind-producing storms going through the rest of the evening. So here's what's happening. There's a front coming through. There's also a stationary boundary here. We expect storms to develop along that, drive down towards D.C. A lot of sunshine in this area, and that will be supportive of a lot more development. So here's the high-resolution model. Notice the individual cells that pop up out there in the Ohio Valley, and again a hail and wind threat with those. More of a wind threat with the cells that come through parts of Pennsylvania and Maryland and Virginia, and then all the way around we're going to see more of a wind threat as these cells evolve into clusters of storms, lines of storms that drive into the Appalachians and down through Virginia, even into very late tonight, and then begin to settle down overnight tonight. So here's the area of concern for severe weather. Pretty large, as you can see, and we'll find more of the same tomorrow right along the East Coast and extending back into parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. And that's not the only area we're concerned about. Here in the plains, we've got winds coming out of the east here into Colorado, but notice the clouds coming out of the southwest right over northeast Colorado, and that turning of the wind with height. There's Denver, southeast flow at the surface, then you've got a southwest flow aloft, mid-levels and up. That could lead to supercell storms that produce very large hail and possibly even a couple of tornadoes. Here's the modeling showing those supercells popping out there across Colorado into this afternoon. And then we see even more coverage right across the 70 corridor late tonight as we begin to bring some more of that upper energy out of the west. So some cells strung across the central parts of Kansas. And we're going to see a hail and wind threat here, but again, a tornado threat in particular across parts of Colorado. And that's going to be this afternoon and going into this evening. Nick, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Carl. Let's take a look into the holiday weekend. Some more rain threats for you here around the Northeast. So, have a indoor alternative here around Syracuse, New York, Philadelphia, and Boston on Saturday. Sunday, we'll continue to see that wet weather. I think D.C. should be in the clear by then. And then on Monday, we'll be in pretty good shape just about everywhere here for Memorial Day, and fairly comfortable temperatures in the 70s up to the low 80s. Into the west, watch for rain on Saturday here through portions of the Rockies and on into the plains. The Pacific Northwest could get a little dampened down for the Northwest Folklife Festival here on Sunday, and then on into Monday, another chance of rain there around the Northwest and inland. Jennifer?
All right, well, the start of the hurricane season is just over a week away. NOAA and the Coast Guard aren't wasting any time as they get set for what may be a busy season. Flying through the eyes of these storms are, of course, the hurricane hunters. We went to Houston to see their preparations.
We go out and our mission is to provide real-time, clear and concise picture of the track of the storm, where it's going to make landfall. We take pride in that as our job.
Today's event is hurricane awareness. It's prior to hurricane season because now is the time for individuals to be prepared, for businesses to be prepared, to know what you're going to do and practice those plans. But do it now. Don't wait for a storm to occur, but now is the time to do it.
We brought him out here to see the Hurricane Hunter plane. We think it's a fantastic experience because we live right here on the coast, and we really want them to go home and be prepared and have a plan and share with their parents kind of something they learned today.
I think these pilots are so brave to fly in a hurricane.
A lot of the flight is no different than any other kind of flying, but I would say that sometimes when we hit turbulence, the kind of turbulence we hit is about 10 times worse than what you'd feel in a commercial airliner.
As the community prepares, we're also doing the same thing to lock in the port and make sure that we're ready to weather the storm.
I think about going out and doing a job so that people know when they need to evacuate so that their families can stay safe. And I absolutely want people to heed that warning because we're out there putting our lives at risk to do this job, and I want them to take it seriously.
Hurricane season is here. It's upon us. It's time to really get those plans, put them into action.
It's a pretty compelling sight. You kind of take a step back and evaluate and say, wow, I'm flying an airplane in the middle of a hurricane right now, and not very many people get an opportunity to do that.
And we are so happy that they do that for us.
Absolutely. Certainly need that information. Well, there's much more to come on Weather Center Live.
Alex Wilson and Dave Schwartz, they pick things up in just 60 seconds. Hope you have a great afternoon.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine. High 81, winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour.
Get on.
Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Get on.
The unofficial start of the summer is just 2 days away. Wait until you see what's in store.
Hail on the plains, more ice falling in the Midwest. See if it'll be a danger-free zone come Friday.
And if you liked that, we're going to try to amaze you with this picture. It's a lot more than meets the eye.
Really? Too hot to handle in Arizona. We'll show you how close this fire is getting to one of the state's most beautiful and treasured cities.
From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, in unison.
Do it.
This is Weather Center Live. Look at us go.
Nice.
So on and on a Wednesday. We've got quite the system covering half the country right now. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. It's putting up the possibility of severe weather from Denver all the way to the nation's capital.
Yeah, so a lot of real estate in the zone. The thunderstorms we were tracking last evening, they were producing a lot of hail. And look at the pounding of the ground near Denver. This was caught by our storm riders, Simon and Justin. The heavy rain also did cause some localized flooding. But as a car owner, you look at hail like that, not what you want to see.
Not what you want to see. And did you hear what happened in Chicago? Oh, we'll get to that later.
All right.
But first, let's get to Carl Parker. He's in the Global Forecast Center.
All right,
with an
guys, I
update
want to tell you about the
weather.
new watch area that's now in effect here across parts of the Ohio Valley. This coming from the Storm Prediction Center, and it's a severe thunderstorm watch going until 9 o'clock tonight for much of Ohio as well as central parts of Indiana and also into West Virginia. The threats here are going to be large hail and damaging wind. Already we've seen some hail with a warning that's now ongoing in central parts of Indiana. That's just northwest of Indianapolis, and that is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Clinton County. The movement here is off to the south and to the east, and that core is going to be dropping down just south of Frankfort. I want to show you a cross section of this storm. The top of the storm getting up to about 50,000 feet in the atmosphere. That's way up there. And then here you see the freezing level at about 13,000 feet, but the significant precipitation, that red area right there, extending all the way up to about 45,000 feet. So that is clearly a hail-producing storm, and there's the hail track that we are expecting coming right across Route 28 there, south side of Frankfort, and then perhaps down towards Route 38 as well. And this storm has had a history of producing hail already. Got some dime-size hail in Lafayette. So here's the visible satellite picture, and we've got plenty of warm and humid air ahead of this front. There are strong mid-level winds that are coming down out of the west-northwest, and those strong winds will support the development of some supercells and then clusters of storms that produce wind, and the movement is generally going to be towards the southeast because of that mid-level flow. And this is a look at the model forecast showing you individual cells popping out in the Ohio Valley, again with that wind and hail threat. Cells also here popping out in parts of Pennsylvania and Virginia and Maryland, primarily with a wind threat, and then all the way around we're going to see more of a wind threat into late this evening as these cells develop into clusters of storms and drive towards the south and towards the east. So a pretty large area of potential severe weather across the mid-Atlantic region through the Ohio Valley today, and we'll find that again tomorrow along the East Coast there and back and into the Appalachians and the Tennessee Valley. And on top of all of that, we're concerned about the possibility of tornadoes and very large hail in the plains. We've got a flow coming out of the southeast at the surface there in Denver, but coming out of the southwest as you get up into the mid-levels of the atmosphere, so that may support some supercell storms with possible tornadoes and very large hail developing here this afternoon in Colorado. That's going to be another area we need to watch very closely. Dave, Alex, back to you.
Thanks a lot for the heads up, Carl. It's going to be active another couple of days. Hey, here we are in St. Louis, and we've got a nice sunny, warm day. This is shirt sleeve weather. It's 85 degrees with a light southwest wind, and the humidity is kind of up there. You can feel it, especially if you exert yourself. Just take it easy and make sure to drink plenty of water. Meanwhile, here in South Texas, and well, in Texas, just in general, we are praying for rain. You know, in St. Louis, they're going to have a chance of thunder showers right through the holiday weekend with some sunshine, too, warm in the 80s. But here in Texas, we've been so dry lately, we're trying to make wastewater into drinking water in some locations in West Texas. To end the drought in 1 month, for example, here in West Texas, South Plains, 3 to 6 inches would be needed. 3 to 6 inches would be needed in 1 month. And do you know, we just might get it? A storm that's spinning out here, that's why it's been so wet and snowy in the Sierra Nevada mountains, is going to be moving eastward. It's already humid here in West Texas. We haven't felt this kind of air in months since the monsoon last summer. We're going to have periods of storms. Well, today, some light rain in eastern New Mexico. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we need 3 to 6 inches to break the drought. We just might get it here at the end of May 2014. There are a lot of farmers out here, a lot of cotton farmers who are praying for this forecast to verify because it is looking good. Look at that. Friday, you know, Amarillo's had an inch of rain this year. An inch of rain this year, and we just might get some drought-busting rain. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. It's looking good. Back to you, Alex, with more on the drought.
Yeah, that's great news because as we look at the drought monitor for this part of the state of Texas, really this part of the country, they need the rain. You can see the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas under extreme drought. So we are seeing really bad conditions there. They need the rain. They want the rain. And as Dave just showed you, it does look like they're going to get some of that rain. So some good news. Also extremely dry in California.
Funny thing is that back east, everybody's drowning. Colorado's got all the snow, and California's burning up. Wait till they start seeing that the peaches and the nectarines and tomatoes and lettuce and corn that is being produced here in the state of California. When they start paying the high prices, then they're going to say, what happened?
What happened is right, is a historic drought that has spread all across the state of California. In half an hour, we continue our series, Cracked, Running Out of Water. We'll take you to Fresno County, a community now on the brink of an economic catastrophe because the agriculture industry has been crippled. Well, firefighters are rushing towards a wildfire raging near a popular Arizona state park. At the same time, residents are running away from it. Evacuations have been ordered near Slide Rock State Park and Oak Creek Canyon. The 450-acre fire started burning yesterday. 100 emergency personnel have been called in to help put out the flames. A 19-year-old suspected of starting fires in Southern California will not be charged. Authorities say there is no evidence connecting him and a 17-year-old to a dozen destructive wildfires across the San Diego area. The fires burned tens of thousands of acres and destroyed over 40 homes. Dave.
All right, thanks, Alex. We've got a new tornado warning. This is for Indiana. If you live in Clinton County, Indiana, take cover. Frankfort, Indiana, this thunderstorm is moving rapidly toward the southeast. It just left Lafayette, headed toward Frankfort. That's the latest from the Weather Channel. We'll have more on this severe weather outbreak just getting started next.
Your AC is so not cool.
Yeah, but what can I do about it?
Fix it yourself with AC.
Recharging your AC with AC Pro.
So we cool? Way cool.
Everyone's a pro with AC Pro.
AC Pro, the 10-minute auto AC cold air solution. Go to acprocold.com for the store nearest you.
Surely a vacuum shouldn't just work on carpets. Well, the Dyson DC65 cleans better than any other vacuum across hard floors and carpets. Works for me.
With Hotwire's low prices, I can cross even more places off my travel wish list. This year alone, I hit New York and Texas. See, Hotwire checks the competition's rates every day so they can guarantee their low hotel prices.
HOTWIRE, hotwire.com.
Average. It's out there, convincing you that one donut hole couldn't possibly lead to another. Beat average with GNC.
The Weather Channel and the American Cancer Society are teaming up to help Relay for Life. Over 4 million Americans are helping to raise awareness and save lives from cancer. Go to relayforlife.org/weather and join teams across America. Together, we can end cancer one step at a time. Go to relayforlife.org/weather for more info.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine. High 81. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Mistake and I'm dead. With great power comes great results. Ryobi has cutting-edge, upgraded Lithium Plus batteries that will bring your project ideas to life. With over 50 ONE+ tools and special buys on drilling and driving kits, it's time to go from I think we can to look what we've done. Ryobi ONE+, the one system that delivers more. Available only one place, the Home Depot. Your choice. Each $99 kit includes 2 lithium-ion batteries.
Out here, answers should always outweigh excuses. And there's no excuse why a gas-powered heavy-duty truck can't do everything you ask of it. No excuse at all. The new 6.4-liter Hemi-powered Ram Heavy Duty. Guts, glory, Ram.
I've been Claritin Clear for 7 days. At the first sign of my allergies, my doctor recommended taking 1 Claritin every day of my allergy season for continuous relief.
16 days. 26 days of continuous relief.
Live Claritin Clear every day.
A severe thunderstorm watch in effect for most of the Ohio Valley this afternoon and evening till 9 Eastern. And now, north of Indianapolis, well north of Indianapolis, a severe thunderstorm may be producing a tornado on its northwest flank right here. So that's to the south of Frankfort. It's moving to the southeast at 35 miles per hour, which will place it just north of Lebanon. These thunderstorms are moving quickly. If you live in Sheridan, be prepared to take cover from this one within the hour. More on severe weather coming up. But first, hurricane season begins soon. Here's Alex.
That's right, Dave. Hurricane season for the Atlantic Ocean officially starts in just 11 days. The government's forecast will come out tomorrow. And to get out ahead of the season, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is sending its Hurricane Hunter plane to cities along the Gulf of Mexico.
We go out and our mission is to provide real-time, clear and concise picture of the track of the storm, where it's going to make landfall. We take pride in that as our job.
Today's event is hurricane awareness. It's prior to hurricane season because now is the time for individuals to be prepared, for businesses to be prepared, to know what you're going to do and practice those plans. But do it now. Don't wait for a storm to occur, but now's the time to do it.
We brought him out here to see the Hurricane Hunter plane. We think it's a fantastic experience because we live right here on the coast, and we really want them to go home and be prepared and have a plan and share with their parents kind of something they learned today.
I think these pilots are so brave to fly in a hurricane.
A lot of the flight is no different than any other kind of flying, but I would say that sometimes when we hit turbulence, the kind of turbulence we hit is about 10 times worse than what you'd feel in a commercial airliner.
As the community prepares, we're also doing the same thing to lock in the port and make sure that we're ready to weather the storm.
I think about going out and doing a job so that people know when they need to evacuate so that their families can stay safe. And I absolutely want people to heed that warning because we're out there putting our lives at risk to do this job, and I want them to take it seriously.
Hurricane season is here. It's upon us. It's time to really get those plans, put them into action.
It's a pretty compelling sight. You kind of take a step back and evaluate and say, wow, I'm flying an airplane in the middle of a hurricane right now, and not very many people get an opportunity to do that.
Those guys are super brave. Yeah, the worst turbulence than you get on a commercial airline for those. All right, want to take a look at your hurricane forecast. We've got average. Named storms about 12 in an average year. 6 hurricanes, 3 of which are major or Category 3 or higher. Still waiting for NOAA's prediction, but here at the Weather Channel, we're going for 11 named storms, 5 hurricanes, 2 Category 3 or higher. Of course, that is a little bit below average, but just because the forecast is below average, all it takes is 1. That's all you need to cause major damage if that one major storm were to hit the U.S. So if you live in a threat area, make sure you have a plan. Dave.
And this is National Safe Boating Week, too, Alex. That's something for us to consider. If you live on the Delaware River in Philadelphia, temperature there 66, cloudy. We've had some sprinkles, some light rain. You see that on the lens. And in D.C., it's 77. And south of there, well, we crossed the warm front. It's in the 80s in central and southern Virginia. And along that front, we've had some exceptional weather out here in central Pennsylvania. Flooding, evacuations, nasty. Just some light rain moving through Montgomery and Chester and Delaware counties right now. Some sprinkles right around Kensington section of Philadelphia. Here's the forecast, my friend. This little disturbance that's riding the front will move across New Jersey this afternoon and be out of our hair. But the cold front that's sitting to the west is going to make it to the East Coast late this week. So that's going to increase the chance for showers, and this time significant showers for us. Washington, D.C., Philly, and New York with the potential for severe weather even tonight. The remnants of today's thunderstorms in Ohio and Indiana moving east-southeast toward the mid-Atlantic coast. Boston tomorrow and Friday, chance of showers, same for you guys in New York City. Coming up next, we've got your local on the 8th. Hang with us.
I can't believe you ordered all 25 shakes.
Thanks for the salted caramel shake, Kara.
Really can't believe you know her name.
I kind of have nicknames for everybody based upon my order.
Salted caramel, Kara.
Yeah, Holly for jalapeno chocolate.
That's
and
great.
Janine for peanut butter.
Why Janine for peanut butter?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend Janine, who was nuts.
She was crazy.
Celebrate summer with 25 hand-mixed real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. And try our Asiago Caesar Chicken Club. This is how you Sonic.
At GMC, incredible thinking always comes first. Like the GMC Sierra, the first 4x4 pickup to offer a gas V8 engine that gets an EPA estimated 22 highway miles per gallon. The first to offer an innovative cargo bed with LED lighting. And now during the GMC Spring Sales Event, all 2014 GMC Sierras are specially priced. So you get thousands off MS.